Hello everyone, welcome into another episode of DHC Gameday. I'm your host, Cole Martin, and joining me today is actually not Griff, it's actually Bubba, Bryson Dilday. Bubba, how are we feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I mean, hoping the Vikings can get a win and hope for the best.
Yeah, absolutely. So I haven't really totally announced this yet, but Bubba's going to be taking over DHC Gameday next year when Griff and I go on and graduate and go our separate ways. So Bubba's going to take over DHC Gameday, carry on the legacy. Man, we got a lot going on today for our live stream for a very, very big game. It is second round of the 7A East playoffs. What a matchup we have tonight against the Southern School of Energy and Sustainability. We're going to be calling them Southern Durham tonight just so that it's a little bit easier on me. But that is their full name. They are from Durham, and they have some very talented prospects. We'll get to that, but we want to go ahead and start off by thanking the athletic department. This is probably going to be our last DHC Gameday live stream for football this year. And man, the people that have put this all together this year, we just want to thank them because they have done so much work to help us and help me and Griff especially get to where we are today. Just the fact that we could set this up and start this last year in September, man, that was such a blessing and a great opportunity to have. So thank you, Coach Mack. Thank you, Mr. Whirl. Thank you to all of administration for allowing us to do this. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the stuff. Let's go ahead and hit a little season recap, Bubba.
All right.
Have you been to all the home games this year so far?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so I think I have been to 8 games, I believe. Maybe 9. I didn't go to the Gardner game, but I went to all the others. And so the Vikings finished 7-3, 4-1 in conference play. They finished second in the conference this year, ahead of JH Rose, who they beat 42-28 in the last season, the regular season. They fell behind Jacksonville. That was a beating in that second to last week of the season. Amari Pearson ran for 4 touchdowns. He is one of the best running backs in the state and the best running back in the conference, in my opinion. He had a really good game. And so they finished first in the conference at 9-0, and they ended up getting the 1 seed in 6A East. And they are still rolling through. We will get to that later when we make our picks, actually. But the Vikes finished 7-3. They start off hot against Laney. Were you at the Laney game?
I believe so.
Do you remember that fight that happened at the end of the game?
Okay, yes, I was at that.
That was pretty crazy.
That was an insane fight.
Yeah.
It was just insane.
It was pretty intense, and no suspensions were handed down from the state. Luckily, the Vikes won that game 14-7, getting revenge after a 2-game losing streak in the past couple of years to Laney. And then they hit the road, and things started to go well for the Vikes. They pick up a huge win against Northeastern, a team that they haven't beaten in a while. Northeastern actually went to the state championship last year for their conference or for their classification, but they ended up losing to the Vikings in that second game of the year. Then the Vikes headed to Farmville Central, and that was not a pretty game at all. The Vikes were up by a couple of scores at halftime and did not put up a single point there in the second half, and proceeded to lose to the Jaguars of Farmville Central. And so that put them at 2-1. Then they went and hit the road again and took on a very, very talented Garner team. They are located in the southern part of Raleigh, I believe, and that was just a beat down there. And so that was 2-2 on the season for the Vikes now. And then they came back home, and then they started conference play, and things just started to roll. Things started to pick up steam, and here we are, 4-1 through conference play. A couple of really key wins against New Bern and then Rose. New Bern not as strong of a team this year, and Rose definitely had a very strong team, but the Vikings just had what it took to win, basically. So that's where we are at this point. The Vikes ended up getting the number 6 seed in the playoffs, and you're probably wondering why we didn't have a live stream last week if they're the number 6 seed. Well, they had a first-round bye, Bubba, and it's very important to have rest. And so here we are in the second round, taking on Southern Durham. They got that first-round bye, number 6 seed in the 7A Eastern region for North Carolina football. And so that is the season recap. I do want to go over the Rose game real quick. Do you have any other thoughts about the season before we move into the Rose game?
No,
So as I mentioned earlier, the Rose game finished 42-28. A wonderful game, 2-game win streak now against Rose. I'm very happy to say that I got to see wins against Rose at my time
Yeah.
here at Conley. Okay, yes. But that was a great game. Jiley Parsons was held in check for the most part until the end of the game. But at that point, when he started putting up all those stats, it didn't really matter. The backup defense was in. I'm not going to knock on Jiley. He had a great game. He's a very talented athlete. He actually has an offer from East Carolina. He's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
So he is very, very talented. But the Vikes had it what it took. And how about Landon Bostolano, man? He was flying around the field in that game, had a great game. Samari Cabell was our offensive player of the game. And he put up, I think it was 5 touchdowns, 2 through the air and 3 on the ground. 2 were both of those 2 in the air were to his brother Shama Cabell, who is a junior this year. He's the leading receiver for the Vikes. And so Samari is up over 1,000 yards on the season so far, but we'll get into those stats here in a few minutes. What did you think about that Rose game, Bubba?
I mean, they really just. I don't think Rose had really a chance at all that game.
Yes,
I think
I agree.
Conley handled that game the whole game, and I mean, I don't think they had a shot.
Yeah, I agree. And you were at the game last year too, I believe.
Yes.
That was a
That
thrilling
was a
victory.
insane game,
45-42 was the final last year, where the Vikes at one point trailed by 21 in the second half in the third quarter,
Yeah.
and they came all the way back and won it. Man, what a game that was! Two-game win streak against the Rampants of J.H. Rose. But we'll move into stats now for Southern Durham to start here. On paper, they look pretty impressive, Bubba.
Yes.
And I haven't looked at film really for them,
No.
but they have some very talented prospects. Have you seen any of their prospects?
No, but I know, like, I was looking for the sheets, and they have a lot of 3 stars, and
Yes.
they're just.
Yes, they do.
And they definitely have height.
No, now that's the truth, because I put down on here, I wanted to do the calculations, and the calculations wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. Their average height on the team is 6 feet even, that's 72 inches, and you might be thinking, oh, it's football, you know, that's just how it's going to be. They're going to be tall, 6 foot, that's
Yeah.
how it is. Well, no, they have some very tall guys on their team. Their receivers are 6'2" each, I believe. They have 2 offensive linemen that are 6'5 plus. One of them 6'5", the other one is 6'8". Oh my goodness gracious, that's a tall man. And then of course another offensive lineman. He's 6'6". He's an ECU commit. We'll talk about him here in a minute.
Yeah.
But man, they have quite the height on their team. You're right, Bubba. But I was actually looking at a sports page on my Instagram feed. It randomly just popped up, and it was talking about the teams in North Carolina with the most prospects, like, you know, rated on the star rating. I don't even know what it's called. But they have 3 3-stars, and one of them, Jonathan Dillon, who we'll talk about here in a minute. The other, Javon Hargett, who's actually committed to ECU, and then Lance Henderson as well. So they have a lot of talent from what I've seen just on paper. I haven't been able, like I said, I haven't been able to watch anything on them really, but on paper they look very talented. Of course, playing in the Triangle area, you have to be a good team to compete with all those teams. They ended up playing Cardinal Gibbons this year and lost. They also played Cleveland, I believe. I thought I had those down here, but I don't think I do. But they have played some really talented teams. They ended up winning their conference, the 6A, 7A Tobacco Road Conference, and they swept that conference 5-0. They ended up earning the 11 seed in 7A East, and they are on a 6-game win streak as of now after beating Lumberton last week in the first round of the playoffs. Lumberton was a 22 seed for that matchup. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our impact players. You want to take the first impact player?
All right. So really, we got Jonathan Dillon at 1,601 passing yards. That's just. And then what really stands out to me is his touchdown interception ratio.
Yes, that is very impressive.
That is a really impressive stat.
So 18-1 is the touchdown to interception ratio there, and having only 1 interception on the year, that's very, very impressive. And then, you know, accompanied by those 18 passing touchdowns, that's also impressive. So those 1,600 yards through the air is 91st in the state of North Carolina. As I already mentioned, he is a 3-star prospect, and he's only a junior. He's a junior quarterback. And from what I've been told by Samari, our quarterback, I was told that their main quarterback transferred out in the 2nd week of the year, and he is a very talented prospect, even more talented probably than Jonathan Dillon, and he transferred out. And so Jonathan Dillon takes over And from what I've seen here, he's had a pretty good year so far.
Yeah.
Our impact player on defense, though, for Southern Durham, man, looking at these stats, it's crazy. Kai Johnson, he's a junior defensive end, and from what I've seen about his size and his height, he plays more of like an edge rusher, a Nolan Smith, if you will. I'm an Eagles fan, so I make that connection. Nolan Smith, one of my favorites on the Eagles defense. But he has 78 total tackles, but 34 of those are for a loss. He's getting in the backfield quite a bit, and he's got 8 sacks as well. And so those 34 tackles for a loss, he's tied for 7th in the state in that stat. Man, talk about getting in the backfield. That's a lot of tackles for a loss. He's got 29 pressures as well, and so that's pretty impressive. 2 forced fumbles and 1 fumble recovery for Kai Johnson. Let's move on to some other stats. Kamari Holloway, he's a junior running back. He's their main running back. He's got 1,200 passing yards. That's 60th in the state. He's got 6 different games of 100-plus yards in one game. And he also has 13 rushing touchdowns, so he's able to get it into the end zone, not just, carry the ball long lengths.
Yeah.
You want to take the next guy?
We got Jaden Bowman. He's a cornerback. He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
32 total tackles, 6 interceptions, 36 in North Carolina. So and then 1 forced fumble. that is a really good stat line for a sophomore.
Yeah, I agree. And one thing that I've noticed just from these stats and from what I've looked at about their team is that they're a very young team. Most of these guys that we have listed here are juniors. And then this man, Jaden Bowman, is a sophomore corner, and he's got 6 interceptions as a sophomore. That's 36th in the state of North Carolina, so very impressive from him there. Let's move on to the ECU commit, Javon Hargett. He's 6'6", 250 pounds. He's a senior, and of course an offensive lineman. And there's not really many stats you can list for an offensive lineman. But he has 23 pancakes through 10 games. Who doesn't love a good pancake, Bubba?
That's just like...
Do you love a good pancake?
Oh, yeah.
Me too. It's pretty funny seeing offensive linemen just straight clothesline and defensive linemen.
In 23, that's just like...
That is a lot.
That's averaging more than 2 a game.
Yes.
That's just...
It's a lot. And so moving on, their last 3-star prospect, Lance Henderson. He's a junior. He is their leading wide receiver. He's got 774 receiving yards, 6 receiving touchdowns. His longest catch was 85 yards, which is actually not their longest play of the season. They have a different receiver who's actually gotten a catch of 91 yards. I'm not sure what his name was, but I saw those on Max Preps. He also has 311 rush yards and 2 rush touchdowns, so maybe we might see a little bit of jet sweep action tonight. We'll see what happens there. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the Conley stats. As we mentioned before, Conley is 7-3 on the year and 4-1 in conference play. Our impact players tonight are Elijah Taft and Bryce Roach. Elijah Taft, he's been our offensive player for impact players the whole year so far. He's a senior. He's a running back. He's got 910 rushing yards. He's got 7.1 yards per attempt on the rushing side of the game. And he also has 10 rush touchdowns. And let me tell you, Bubba, it's pretty hard to stop a guy like him.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of really hard runs. Opening the Northeastern game, actually, he had a 60-plus yard rushing touchdown right out the gate. It seemed like he was about to get tackled. I was like, okay, the play's over. And before I know it, he has shot right through the gap and has gone to the end zone. So Elijah Taft, someone to look out for. And when you're averaging 7 yards a carry, that's really going to help your offense big time.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, you're talking about getting 7 yards on first down. It's second and short.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge for your offense right there. And then maybe you get another first down off of another run, and that sets up the play action right there. So that's Elijah Taft. Bryce Roach is our other impact player. He's on the defense side of the ball. He's a senior. He's a linebacker. He's been struggling with some injuries throughout his high school career. But now he is back out there on the field for this year, and he has had a great season so far. And let me tell you, if you have a one-on-one encounter with him and you're having to fight him, you might as well turn around and go the other way, to put it simply. But he's got 106 total tackles on the year, 10.6 tackles a game on average. 16 of those 106 were for a loss, so that's important to note. He also has 3.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries, so he gets it all done on the defensive side of the ball. Another man to mention on the defensive side of the ball, someone that we've mentioned a lot throughout this year so far, Landon Basilano. He flies around the field. Mentioned him for the Rose game.
Yeah.
He's got 103 total tackles on the year, 8.0 tackles for a loss, 5.5 sacks. He's got 1 interception, and that was a pretty acrobatic interception. I don't know if you remember that one. He kind of reached up, plucked it, brought it right in on his side, and so really good catch by Landon there. He also has 1 forced fumble. And now back over to the offensive side of the ball, we have to highlight Samari Cabell.
Yeah,
what do you think of his play so far throughout this year?
He's really, he's been doing really good this year. I mean, some of the stats don't really, 8 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Really, I feel like his interceptions haven't hurt us.
Yes.
They're always just, whatever. It's but.
Yeah, so 3 of those interceptions actually came against Farmville Central, and I'm pretty sure 2 of those came off of wide receiver screen plays.
Yeah.
And so it just is really frustrating when that kind of stuff happens, when the defense is right there, they know what's coming, they read that, and it's pretty easy to pick that play if you know what's coming. But yeah, 8 touchdowns to 8 interceptions is the ratio there. And as you mentioned, I don't really think the stats really show how well he's played this year.
Yeah.
He has earned a full ride to a college. And so scouts definitely have taken notice of how talented he really is. I think his play last game was really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
And against Rose. And he's had a couple of off moments, I'd say, throughout the season.
Yeah.
And his running game has really propelled the Vikings so far throughout this year. But then the most recent game against Rose, his passing game really took off and really helped the Vikes in that game. He's got 1,300 passing yards on the year. He's got 567 rush yards and 8 rush touchdowns. Don't look at me like that because I said that number. So that is the impact players and all of the stats for Conley. Anyone else you want to highlight or note?
I mean,
Actually, I do have someone that I want to note and shout out. Preston Harden. He
Yeah,
has had
Preston
a great
Harden,
season so far. Maybe he'll make a couple more kicks tonight. He's had some really good games, made a couple of field goals in most games. I don't even know if he's missed an extra point yet up to this point.
I don't.
I
think he missed one against Rose. He did miss one.
Yes, he did. He missed it before I arrived because I was at the volleyball game that day and I didn't make it back in enough time to see that. But yes, he did miss that one against Rose. You're right. And he also has several made field goals. The longest, I think, is close to 40 yards now. And I think that might have been not Rose, against Jacksonville maybe. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. But he's had a really, really good season. And, with these kicks, I mean, if you have a good kicker, that can really help decide the game sometimes. I mean, sometimes you have a really close game and you need your kicker to step up and make a long-range field goal, and that's something that Preston has done so far this year. And so he's really shown his talent. And not to mention, he got a couple reps in at receiver that night against Rose. That was senior night. Oh, shoot. We got a couple of footballs rolling in over here. They're trying to take me out.
I think that was Preston Harden, too.
Oh, gosh. But, yeah, he's also gotten a couple snaps at the receiver side of the ball. I was actually informed at the start of the season that he was going to be listed as a receiver as well as a kicker. And I was like, what in the world? It looks like they're really trying to take me out over here. I don't know what's going on. But that's going to take care of stats for Conley. Before we move into our food segment, which I'll talk about in just a moment, let's talk about what's at stake for this game, Bubba. Conley is seeking their first playoff win since 2019. And actually, in that year, they beat Rose to win that game. And so that was when Conley was still in 3A. And they beat Rose 35-7 in that first round. And the first matchup of the season in the regular season against Rose, they beat them in overtime here at Viking Stadium. And so 2 wins on the season against Rose, that's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
And then they went on to lose to Cleveland in the second round, 35-14. And, of course, we know how Cleveland is as a football team. They're always really, really good and really talented. So that's what's at stake for Conley. This would be a really big win for Conley going against Southern Durham. If they won this game, they would face the winner of Clayton and New Hanover. Clayton is the 3 seed. New Hanover is the 14 seed, excuse me. And so depending on that game, we could have another home game.
Yeah.
If Clayton wins and Conley wins, then the game would be at Clayton. If Conley wins and New Hanover wins, the game would be here. Unfortunately, if that scenario happened where Conley would host again, I would not be here next week as I'll be attending a very awesome and special retreat down at Camp Caswell with FCA. Great place, by the way. If you're in high school, there's a retreat in March that everyone is able to come to. So make sure you sign up for that because that's a ton of fun. It's a really neat place, really cool place. So yeah, let me get off my sidetrack there. What's at stake for Southern Durham, though? They're looking to get back to the third round of the playoffs for the second year in a row. So they made it to the third round last year, where they actually lost to Rose. So both of those teams were in 3A last year, and Rose actually didn't have very many wins. Conley beat them last year, and somehow Rose got a bid into the playoffs, and then they started to go on a run. And they won multiple games. They actually defeated Northern Nash, which was very impressive because Northern Nash took down both Rose and Conley last year in the regular season. And then Rose goes on and beats Northern Nash. So Rose had a really good season there in the playoffs. It came to an end, but Southern Durham lost 36-7, and that was at Southern Durham, mind you. So they are looking to get back to the third round for the second year in a row. We'll see what happens tonight. It should be a very interesting game. Like I said, I haven't seen any film on the Spartans of Southern Durham, but from what I've seen on paper, they look very talented, and I think this is going to be a very intense head-to-head matchup here.
I think it'll be a really good game tonight. I mean, it's gonna be a
Dogfight, yeah, absolutely. And we'll provide all the coverage to you post game. But do you have any other thoughts about this matchup or the stats?
No, I'm good.
All right, this has not happened before on DHC Game Day. This is going to be a little new, but we have a live food segment, sponsored by the Supermercado. Y'all can go ahead and bring the food up here. This is quite the spread we have. Thank you, Isaac Congleton and Olivia Jones, for getting the food. I got to read off a quick advertisement before I talk about what we have in front of us. So Supermercado El Rancho, family owned and operated, specializing in Mexican goods and fresh meat selection. On Wednesdays, they offer $1.50 tacos. So make sure you go down on Wednesdays, get $1.50 tacos. They're located in Greenville, North Carolina, on Charles Boulevard, right next to Fitness Connection, the gym. They're open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. So drop by for quality food and a great variety of groceries. Supermercado, your stop for delicious Mexican products. Shout out Coach Jay for getting us this amazing food. I talked about getting this food for the Rose game, and I couldn't make it, unfortunately. But he said, I'm going out of town, but I can still find a way to get you this food. So thank you, Coach Jay, and thank you, Supermercado. I know this is about to be really good. I always get this food whenever they're out here at the Con Games. It's so good. But from what I'm told, we have a quesadilla here. I don't know if I think it's beef. No, chicken. It's chicken.
It's chicken.
It's a chicken quesadilla, and then we have a birria taco. My pronunciation isn't the best, but I love these things so much. And then we also have some street corn that me and Bubba are going to share tonight. What? It is very good. I agree. Yes. So we're gonna start off with the taco.
All right.
And the way this is gonna work, we're gonna take a couple bites, and then we'll just give our reviews 1 through 10. If you want to do a decimal number, you can do that.
All right.
I might do that because I'm pretty critical. But let's go ahead and dig in. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What do you think so far?
I like it.
It is I think it's a pork kind of meat. I think for this taco, I'm gonna give it an 8.8. It's a little cold right now because we've been sitting out here in the cold. It is freezing out here. I need some gloves. But I'm gonna give it an 8.8. What do you think?
I'll give it a 9. I really like these.
I need
I've never
another
had
bite.
these.
They're very good.
I've never had these. I really think they would be a lot better, a little warmer. But
Well, I will mention they were hot when we got them.
Yes.
But they've it's been about 30 minutes now, so they've cooled off a little bit. So let's go ahead and try the chicken quesadilla here, Bubba. It looks like it's got a lot of chicken in it. Let's see.
Oh God.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Oh,
I like this. I like this one. I think this one's gonna be a little bit higher on the rating.
We got napkins.
Oh yeah, we forgot to get some napkins. We need some napkins. Oh gosh. Okay. That works.
Somebody's going to get us.
Yes, I think Miss Sutton is going to get us some. She's a legend. All right. My rating for the quesadilla, chicken quesadilla, I'm gonna say 9.5. Because holy cow, that is good. That is really good.
Yeah.
Even though it's not very warm, it's very good. I really like.
I'll give it a 10. I've never had this place, but I am sure for sure.
Well, you gotta go back and get you some, man. Come on now.
I mean, goodness, this is really good.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to eat the rest of this off air.
yeah, me too.
All right. Last but not least, okay, we got some napkins. That's a lot of napkins. Thank you, Miss Sutton. You're the best.
Thank you.
We needed this. I'm trying not to let it spill all over my suit. You could tell me that already. Coach Merritt. All right, last but not least, this item has been talked about a lot among people, especially Olivia. Olivia really likes this. It's the street corn. I don't know what kind of like sauce they put on it. Okay, mayonnaise, tahini, and cheese on top of the corn. So I'm gonna take a couple bites, and Bubba's got a couple of his own. He's got a fork. Would you like some food? Where would you like some food? Real fast. We got one more food item to review here with the corn.
Let's do it.
Let's see.
Where's Coach Jay?
He's not here.
Oh.
He yeah, he did.
Are we live?
We are.
Oh. Hello.
We lost our first round of the playoffs, so I got to come to a football
Yeah.
game.
That's yeah.
Are you tasting the esquite?
Is that what it's called?
You gotta mix it, bud. Like mix it really good.
Okay, we're
With the
not
mayonnaise.
aware of how to do this, but that bite I just had, oh my goodness.
It's good.
That's 10. That's 10. Street corn's a 10 for me. Absolutely. What do you think, Bryce?
That is really good. I'll give it 9.5.
9.5. That was really good. So shout out Coach Jay. Can y'all take this back off the desk, please? Thank you. Y'all are the best. I'm gonna finish this after
Yeah,
we finish this live stream.
All right.
So one more time, Supermercado El Rancho, family owned and operated, specializing in Mexican goods and fresh meat selection. On Wednesdays, they offer $1.50 tacos. Don't forget, drop in on Wednesdays. Located in Greenville, North Carolina on Charles Boulevard, right by Fitness Connection. They're open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. So drop by for quality food and a great variety of groceries. Supermercado, your stop for delicious Mexican products. So, with all that being said, Southern Durham has finally arrived for warm-ups, and we have Coach Merritt with us now. Coach, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm cold, but I'm doing well. Yes.
My jackets, my beanie, I got gloves.
I need some gloves myself, honestly.
Yeah.
Bubba, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's good.
Hungry? You guys ate all the
Yeah.
I know.
Sorry, we were hungry. I was hungry.
He's so hungry.
Yes, that was some very good food. So I wasn't completely prepared with questions either. I asked Coach Mack for a resume for you from what you did in high school, but I unfortunately did not receive one. She has been very busy this whole day. Can you kind of talk about what all you did through high school?
Absolutely. So I was here 2006 to 2010. Played soccer on the varsity team. Was varsity captain sophomore, junior, senior year. I felt like our program was like developing at that point, so we're definitely at a different phase now with soccer. So a lot of more development through the foundation years. So a lot of our athletes are more developed here currently with PGSA, WISA, and just different clubs around the area. We didn't have that much, I guess, back in the 2000s. So yeah, I mean, played all 4 years, loved it. I had the opportunity to come back and coach. I coached travel ball for a couple years. My sister and I.
You coached my sister, I believe. I don't know if you remember her,
Yes,
Lily.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, now I'm making the connection.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I do.
She did play a couple years on your team, I believe. So now you're assistant athletic director, and you also did coach cross country. Is that
Yes,
correct?
Yes,
Can you,
Bubba.
can you kind of talk about that role?
Yeah, so I, again, coached soccer for several years, started in 2019, coaching soccer, women's, JV, boys. And then last year I did a season of cross country. Loved it. I love to run. Didn't get to run much with the team because I was pregnant with my second, with my daughter. But yeah, loved it. That was a great experience. Got to meet a lot of new athletes that I might not have met before, so it was a lot of fun.
All right, so now you're working with Coach Mack. Could you give me one word to kind of describe your relationship with her?
One word. Busy.
Busy.
Like, we
Absolutely.
never stop.
Yes.
And I say this jokingly, I always say this, we literally wear whatever hat she asks us to wear, because one moment we could be, in our teacher mode doing what we need to do for class, and then she could say, hey, we got to do this, and we somehow have to manage our day and, run off campus to pick something up, or come down to concessions, or, run and do something else. So, I mean, we're always busy. It's fun to see, to do the behind the scenes of, an actual, game day. So it's a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it so far this fall.
Yeah, I've gotten a slight glimpse into what goes on with y'all, especially on Fridays. I know it can be crazy in the fall, but most days it's also crazy, and I can't even imagine how busy y'all truly are.
Yeah.
So y'all put in a lot of great work, and we really appreciate y'all for just letting us being able to set this up and do DHC Game Day out here, because we really do love it. So we really appreciate you. Can you kind of talk about, so I play soccer myself, and I played a wide variety of positions. What position did you play?
I played on defense when I played in high school. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, defensive player, defensive minded. But being a coach, you kind of have to learn all the positions.
That's right.
So yeah, I guess being a defender has always been in my heart. But like I said, like a coach, you got to learn all the positions, kind of know all the skills that it takes to be able to play anywhere on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. You got a question, Bubba?
Bubba?
I don't really know.
You don't have anything? Do you have any cross-country memories with Bubba?
Oh yeah. Let's see. Bubba riding his bike. Him and Mr. Seth used to ride their bikes.
That
to
was
practice.
Seth's bike. I never had a bike.
I've known Bubba for a long time because I worked at Walcoats with his dad, so
Okay.
I've known him since he was really, really little. So yeah, I've seen him kind of grow up.
Brian Dilday legend, by the way.
That's right. That's right. So I've known Bubba for a long time. Worked with his dad, and then saw his sisters come through, and now he's here. And great kid. I really enjoy Bubba. Good memories.
Yeah. Do you have a memory from your playing time that you really look back on a lot and
Oh.
think man, that was great?
When I say this, you're gonna be like, duh. Obviously, beating Rose,
Yes.
that's like the best thing ever. Just big rivals with JH Rose. So anytime we can beat them in any sport, it's a great feeling. But especially when you're competing on the field, that's something that I'll always remember. Sometimes I look back and especially when I was coaching and I was trying to motivate the girls, and just kind of look back at those memories, and it's hard sometimes to remember 15 years ago or whatnot, but I just definitely remember when we beat Rose.
Mm-hmm. So are you going to help coach? I don't know if did you talk about women's soccer here? Are you coaching?
So this season, our JV boys coach will be stepping into the head position for girls soccer. So Adam Porter, and he's already held 2 interest meetings and has had good numbers, good interest from the girls. So I'm really excited to see kind of what that brings. After 8 years, it's hard to kind of hang my hat, but I'm really excited about my new role here at DH Conley. So kind of, excited to see what to come with soccer as well.
Yeah, and Coach Porter's a great guy. I got to hang around him throughout the whole fall so far. He's pretty cool. We'll see if he can fill your shoes, Coach. We'll see what happens.
I'm sure he can. He has a lot of talent coming through, so I'm really excited for that as well.
Well, that's really good to hear. And one of the key players, Janiyah Augustus, man, she is a beast out on the field. I actually had the opportunity to play with her at Hope because middle school soccer is co-ed.
Yep.
And so I got to play 2 years with her. Can you kind of talk about her work ethic and drive?
Wow, she works so hard on the field. Every time she's in there, she plays in the center of the field, and she can just control the atmosphere, controls the game speed. She's a great, phenomenal player. Very smart IQ, soccer IQ through the roof. She's actually going to be playing at UNC Pembroke collegiately, so we're really excited for her. She'll be signing here coming the next signing day, so that's something to celebrate.
Yes, absolutely. Anytime someone signs with a program at the next level, that's something to be excited about no matter what the sport is. So yeah, that's really, really neat. All right, final question. What's a piece of advice that you would leave with maybe a high schooler, maybe a kid? Just one piece of advice.
Work hard. It really shows your character. If you put in the work, you'll get a good outcome for sure. So hard work pays off.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, Coach, we are going to move into the picks part of this segment. So I don't know if you have watched our stuff. I know you've been roaming around the area Friday nights, but we're going to have double-sided pieces of paper,
Okay.
and we're just going to pick whatever matchup in the matchup, whatever school we think will win that game. So let me tell you real quick which one we're going to start with. We're going to start with Southeast Raleigh and New Bern, so the one with the Bulldog on it, and then New Bern. All right, and I'll give us a countdown. You can kind of just hide it down here
All right.
under the table.
There we go.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
You got the wrong one.
we'll go with New Bern.
New Bern, okay.
Yeah, why not?
And so you also have Southeast
Yeah.
Raleigh. Kind of tell me why you picked Southeast Raleigh, Bubba.
I think New Bern they've had better teams in the past, and I think Southeast Raleigh teams have always been tough, so I feel like they're going to pull that one out.
What do you have to say?
I went with New Bern. I know we did get a win with New Bern, but hey, support the East.
Yeah, and I think Southeast Raleigh will win this game. And like you said, Bubba, playing in Raleigh, that's got to be tough. No matter where you are, what school you are. I have a couple of matchups here. They actually beat Clayton already this year, 22-19. They played Colonel Gibbons, lost 30-22. They're actually the 1 seed in the 7A East. They also lost to Cleveland, who we've also mentioned, who always has a really strong program. They lost that game 28-10. But New Bern, like you said, they just don't look as strong this year. They have been state title contenders in the past, and they just don't look as strong this year. So I am going with Southeast Raleigh. Our next matchup is going to be Harnett Central at Jacksonville. All right, we can go ahead and hold it up in 3, 2, 1. Clean sweep with Jacksonville. Bubba, what you got to say about this one?
I think Jacksonville, they played us really good. I will say I don't think Conley played their best football, but I still think Jacksonville will pull that one out.
Coach Merritt?
Same. I remember they came out and they had a tough team, so just going from that.
I don't know if anyone's going to be able to stop them or slow them down. They'll probably end up making the state championship and might end up even winning it. They're 9-0 on the season. As I already mentioned, Amari Pearson just absolutely gashes defenses. He's very talented, leading that Jacksonville offense. So we'll see what happens in that matchup. I really think that the Cards will win that game, though. Our next matchup is Southern Alamance at J.H. Rose. All right, we can hold that up in 3, 2, 1. Another clean sweep. Bubba, what you got to say about this one?
I think if our defense played them that good and their offense, really they scored, but most of it was during garbage time when most backups were in. But I think South, I don't know how to say it. Alamance will pull out that win.
I agree.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, I can't pick for Rose. I don't have it in my blood to do it. Yeah, it's okay. Plenty of people on the show have said it like that, so I won't be offended if you say that. And really, even if rivalry wasn't a thing in this matchup, I'd still pick Southern Alamance because Southern Alamance just on paper looks better. I don't really know much about their division or their conference that they're in, but I feel like that they can go in and beat Rose. Now, Rose at home can be a scary team to play, but I feel like Southern Alamance will win this game.
You guys think about it, they're in a different classification too. So,
Yes.
I mean, I don't really know how South Alamance is either. Yeah.
All right, last but not least, we have Southern Durham at DH Conley High School. We can show our picks in 3, 2, 1. And there you have it. 3 straight clean sweeps to end the night. Bubba, what you got to say?
I think Conley, if their defense is going to shut them down like they did against Rose, I think they will pull that one out. And their offense has to play better.
Coach Merritt?
We're hosting tonight. We got the energy behind us. I think we're going to pull this off. And, hopefully we see some big numbers on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and I feel like this could be a trench war, and this could be a lower scoring game. 2 really talented defenses. You have Kai Johnson, who's going to be in the backfield a lot for Southern Durham probably. And then you have those really tall offensive linemen for Southern Durham. So we'll see what happens there. Of course, this Viking defense has really shown up all year long, and they've played really, really well. And not to mention 2 really talented running backs in this game are going to be up against each other. So we'll see how the defenses respond to those running backs. Coach Merritt, thank you for joining us. I'm going to kind of talk about the show because it's probably going to be our last one. If you want to stay, you can. If not, you can go ahead and get up.
All right. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you, Coach.
You too.
All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap the show up. Southern Durham hasn't even made their way out to the field to warm up yet, so this is pretty odd. The Vikings are still warming up, though, which I would, if I were them, I'd be wanting to warm up right now after a 2-hour plus long
I've
drive.
never seen a team with 40 minutes left till kickoff. Not even out of the bus yet. They're just not out of the bus.
I just now see them coming off the bus. That, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Their legs are probably going to be sore too, so we'll see what happens. But guys, this is probably going to be our last live stream of the year unless Griff ends up doing a live stream next week, pending Conley winning and pending New Hanover winning, because, you know, there's got to be a lot to happen for another home game to happen. But listen, this past year and a half has been really awesome. I want to thank everyone, athletic department, viewers, everyone that has contributed to DHC Game Day. Man, y'all are the difference maker. When I first started this show, I went up and talked to Coach Mack and said, can we get this to work? And she said, yes, I love the idea. Let's make it happen. So I immediately called my buddy Griff because I knew that he loves to talk. He is such a talker. And I was like, I need to be a stats guy, and I need someone that's going to be able to expand on that even more and just fill some time for me. And Griff was willing to do it. And from there, it was born. And we've had so much fun over this past year. Had some really cool guests, had some really cool segments, had the opportunity to go to a state championship a couple weeks ago. And of course, every Friday in the fall, we're right here on the track at about 5:30, 6 p.m. And we've had an absolute blast, seen some pretty cool games, reported on some pretty cool games. And man, I can't tell you how much fun I've had doing this. So I really appreciate you guys. Bubba, thanks for joining me today and filling in for Griff. Shout out to the swim team. They have a really big swim meet tonight. I think it's their first of the year. So hopefully they get a win. I'm not really sure how swim meet points even work. So hopefully they get a dub tonight. I know wrestling is starting up. So I'm not sure what happens there when they start their season, but good luck to them. Also, basketball season is upon us. Stay tuned for some more DHC Game Day stuff for basketball. They had their first scrimmage last night against Aiden Grifton. Score was not kept. I heard that they played decently well. We will see what happens. They start off their season at Hunt next Friday. And then the following week, they take on Hunt again back home that Tuesday, and that is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving break. So come out and support the Viking basketball team. So, Bubba, you have any more thoughts about tonight's game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good.
I think that's going to wrap up tonight's show. Thank you, Coach Jay, for the food once again.
Yes,
Tremendous
thank
food,
you.
by the way. Olivia's still
Yes.
eating the food. I'm about to go eat the rest of it. So for that, stay tuned for post-game analysis tonight. We'll see if the Vikes can pull out a dub tonight. I think they will. So for Cole Martin, Bryson Dilday, or Bubba, Hudson Brown's behind the desk tonight, as well as Isaac Congleton and Olivia Jones. I'm Cole Martin, signing off for the last time this year. As always, go Vikes.
Go Vikes. Oh, God.